Sorry I had to miss out yesterday's cooking stream. It's usually supposed to be on Saturday, but it was something that I had to do on a Saturday. I would have to skip the day and then make it up on Sunday, or if I have a busy weekend, then I would have to skip throughout the whole weekend. Hold on 1 second. You want me to do it? Okay, thank you, Zach. Okay, sorry, I had to tell my kid to turn down the video a little bit. So I'm gonna show you guys how I made vegan kimchi. So let's bring this right here. Every time I start an intro, I always start right here, on the other side of where the sink is. That's how I that's where I like to present myself during the cooking stream. So let's just see. So here I'm gonna show you one huge Napa. I think it's about 5 pounds. I haven't even checked it because we got this from Amazon fresh about 2 weeks ago. So I had to get rid of the bad parts of the Napa cabbage. So here I cut them into bite-sized pieces, and then each layer I already added sea salt, one layer at a time. Hello, Kick. What is up? How you doing? Oh snap! I forgot to turn off my. Not turn off. Put my phone on silent. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Who doesn't love kimchi? And you're gonna love this version, cause I'm making a vegan style kimchi since, my boyfriend does not like the smell and the, fish sauce. And then some kimchi had, or the traditional kimchi had some salted baby shrimp, and my boyfriend's has shrimp allergies, so here it is. I'm always gonna make vegan kimchi. I never made the traditional one before. Actually, maybe I had a long time ago. I think months after my kid was born. And the mistake I made is I took one of those jar, and then I didn't leave any space, so it just kind of bubbled up and then overfill everything. So that was, yeah. Okay, fine, partner. Okay, give me time, Pura. Give me time, bro. God damn it. Okay. I'm not rushing you, I know. Kimchi rice. Kimchi and rice, yeah, those are the best to eat together, always. So I already salted this, yesterday ahead of time, and see how it was lowered down, because before I put salt in it, it was all the kimchi, huge kimchi was up to here, and I add the salt and I press it down, put something heavy on it. It's pushes, and and the salt got rid of most of the liquid. You can see the liquid here, right? I know you're just reminding me. It just feels like you're rushing me. So anyway, the raw salt got rid of so much of the extra moisture, so that we need to get rid of. And also the fact that don't forget we gotta rinse off the extra saltiness, because if you just because if you don't do that, then you're gonna taste more more of the saltiness from the Napa cabbage itself. So let's not forget that step. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour it out, or I'll just do it this way so you guys can see it. I want to see how much liquid this was, since this is more than overnight. This was yes, I salted this cabbage, Napa cabbage, in the afternoon yesterday. Because usually it takes a really long time, and I wanted to prep this part, because if I just start salting the cabbage and it's just gonna take hours, what am I gonna do during the cooking stream, you know what I mean? So when you put sea salt on cabbage, make sure you always keep constantly mixing them up. Make sure every piece of cabbage is coated with the sea salt, so it'll be easier to get rid of all the extra water, extra moisture. Okay, so I poured out the extra moisture. So the next thing to do is oops, don't want it to be hot water. rinse it out with some cold water. So I would say maybe like rinse this like a few times, maybe like 3 or 4 times or so. Better safe than sorry. If only I had a colander. I don't. The strainer is not big enough, so I'm just gonna pour it out slowly and like carefully. But I don't want any piece of cabbage to fall out of the bowl into the sink. Oops, you know what I mean? Ugh, cold. My hands are getting cold. Oh. I wish I had some gloves so like I'd be able to mix in the napa cabbage and the kimchi paste. But you don't want to like stain your hand and then like the spiciness would still linger into it for a really, really long time. So you might as well find like some kind of substitution for rubber gloves. Never do this with bare hands. What I mean is like never like mix in the vegetable and the kimchi paste with your bare hands. Don't. Alright. So I think that's 2 times. Oh man. I hope you guys are like having like a really good weekend though. So I think that was 3. That's the first time washing it, so I'm just gonna wash it maybe like actually 4 times or 5. Maybe 5 times would be the max of like rinsing these napa cabbage. I kind of like say like I wouldn't mind making like a whole bunch. The more the merrier. I wouldn't mind like maybe like selling it or giving these to my friends for free. If anybody's like interested to have some delicious vegan kimchi. I want to see if I can make like a cucumber version, radish, and a green onion kimchi version. I'm curious of like how those taste. If I decide to make like a green onion kimchi version, I would have to buy a lot of green onions, and I'm gonna like find the green onions that's the cheapest in my area specifically. I've been looking at how these people make kimchi. They're using some Gordon Ramsay stuff to do really like I'm going to do all that to make kimchi. Guys, I want to see you like see a picture of like how you make like kimchi and stuff. I'm very interested for people to share like their food and like recipes. I just love seeing like food pic. And I'm always like gonna be interested in like people's like recipes. I've been like always been watching a lot of YouTube cooks because since like you know I'm a visual learner and like you know as a visual learner like I learned how to cook by watching people's videos for inspiration and like recommendation. Mine's not gonna like be always the same. It just depends on the ingredients. that I have and how I make it. Okay, so the next thing I plan to do is put it like over a strainer so we can like, you know, dry out the extra water. You don't want to have too much moisture into your kimchi. Otherwise it'd be like, you know, a little bit too runny, too watery and stuff. So I think this strainer like has enough space for this amount of Napa cabbage. Alright, so I'm gonna dump this liquid out, put this over. I'm gonna see like, you know, how many like, you know, water dripped out through the strainer while we make our kimchi paste. Vegan kimchi paste. Oh, my hands are so cold because of, you know, washing these like cabbages like multiple times. Really important though. Okay. Alright, let's move on to the next. So the most important part of the kimchi ingredient other than Korean like hot pepper paste is like the rice porridge powder. Or rice flour, you know, mixing with some water. Sometimes like, you know, they would put like chicken stock or pork broth, you know, for the traditional one. But since I'm gonna make a vegan one, you can either use like shiitake mushroom, like mushroom broth, vegetable broth, or just plain water. So I'm just gonna use like, I'm gonna make my own kind of vegetable stock here. So they got like vegetable scrap. And I'm gonna like give it like more flavor to the paste itself. So why not? So this is all like the vegetable scrap I have. I don't have much of it, but here we go. Always save like your vegetable stock, you know, and leave it in the freezer for a long time. You can make some stocks here. Luckily I wrote down the ingredients and the measurement on my little notepad just in case, like, you know, I cannot remember any of this by heart. So let's see, for the paste, I'm gonna need like 1.5 cup of water. Where's my other measuring cup? Sorry, have to move this. Everything gets in the way. Yeah, I should take this out too. We'll take all the measuring cup out. Oops. There we go. Alright, let me grab this first. Okay, so I put like 1.5 cup of like water according to the instructions. Alright, what is next? Yeah, I should get like the rice flour ready. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, so I guess you could use like any brand that you could like get your hands on when it comes to getting like white rice flour. So we got this like on Amazon Fresh because the store is close by us, like close by on foot. Then it had like the Asian brand. So we're just gonna use whatever like is close by, whatever they got for rice flour. Never use glutinous rice flour unless you want to taste all the stickiness, the sticky paste of it, like while you're eating kimchi. So do not use glutinous rice flour. I think another substitution, like you can't get rice flour, is like brown rice flour, which I have, and not a lot of people use. But I don't know if brown rice flour would, you know, go good with it unless I had to test it out myself. So if the brown rice flour is like a good substitution for white rice flour, I'll let you guys know. And if it's not a good substitution, then I'll let you guys know that too. Like if I had a chance to test it out. So we're gonna like boil it for like a few minutes till we see like some colors and like, you know, the, you know, vegetable scrap is like wilted. So just give it time. Then we're gonna strain it. It only has one strainer, god damn it. Okay, I'll just transfer it to another pot or something or pan. I'll transfer the broth into this little small pan. It's like we're not using a lot of broth for the rice flour porridge part, so let's just wait. Oh yeah, I should really go take out my blender, so I'll be back. Alright, okay, I'm back. I'm gonna prep like the other ingredients for the paste, kimchi paste. So I'll show you the ingredients. Just a second. So, usually like traditionally they would use like a Korean, like an Asian pear. But since like I forgot to grab the Asian pear, luckily I had this apple. It's a good substitution for the sweetness part. And like I got the gochugaru, Korean hot pepper paste, or flakes. I mean, not paste. Flakes, not paste, guys. Got some. Gonna put like the white part of the green onion and garlic and ginger. How many cloves again? 4 cloves. Okay, 4 cloves of garlic. And how many ounces of ginger? 4 ounces. 4 ounces of ginger. I have no idea like how much is an ounce exactly. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. I don't even have a measuring scale for it. I'm so sad. Okay, so we're gonna start with the apple first, because like the rest of the vegetables be like really strong, and I don't want to have the smell linger around each pieces of the apple. Can I grab them again? Oh yeah, plate, and a knife. Oh yeah, and more garlic too. Oops. I probably might end up putting like more than like 4 cloves. Because in my eyes, I just don't think it's enough. Oh yeah, apple first. I think I'm gonna put like either a half or a whole. You know, I'll just use a whole apple for the sweetness. Not sure how much it is. Whoa, boy. Grab your ball. Cut it into small chunks. to be like, you know, perfect, but it's just like small enough for it to be blended easily. It's right here under the sink. If there's any bad parts of like the fruit, you might as well throw that in the garbage, obviously. This might look like a lot, but let's hope it's not, to be honest. Alright, in the garbage it goes. Okay, so I think the broth is done, but we'll get to it after we prep the rest of these, guys. You know, it's like, you know, it says like 4 cloves of garlic, but I just say I'm gonna use a little bit more because, like, you know, these cloves of garlic seems to be too small for this amount of the recipe. This one. Why did I even wipe my hand with my shirt? Oh my god. Well, you know, this shirt's about to like go in the laundry anyway. So it'd be better, like, when you make the paste, like, it's better to use a blender or food processor to make it, like, a little bit easy. And, like, a little less messy, less smelly, like, when you work on it, like, just by your hands. Like, if you use a grater, or, like, the garlic, and the ginger, and the fruits, it would just leave, like, a lot of smell, a lot of mess in your hand. But the effort like that would be, like, worth it. I think the last time I made like a vegan kimchi, I've been like using like a cheese grater and then grating all the garlic and the ginger. It was a lot of work, but it was worth it and leave the smell in my hand. I might have like another empty pickle jar so I could like put these guys in the kimchi in the jar. I don't know. I think I used like one of my empty container for the pickled radish that I made the other night. I'm gonna peel up the ginger. I'm gonna peel it with a spoon. Better and safer. last part for me to cut is the green onions. How many green onions are there? Maybe like 4, 5, or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure there's not too much of the onions, so you don't want to like have too much of the onion smell in the paste. Gotta have a mixture of all. I always keep forgetting to wash these. So we're gonna be using the white part of the green onions, and then these are gonna be mixed into with the rest of the vegetables, like the carrots and like the daikon, the rest of the napa, cabbage. Alright, so that's all the ingredients here. Then we got the apple, we got the green onions, there's ginger and some garlic cloves. Oops, why did I not show it? Sorry. Apple, green onions, ginger, cloves of garlic. They'll be in the blender later on after the rice part is done. Let's head back to the stove. I wish I should have done this, earlier. So since I don't have a strainer, I'm just gonna pour this out a bit. Oh wait, let me use the spoon. Oh, almost slipped. Even with these slippers, it made me slip. Gotta make sure no tiny amount of vegetable scrap is like, fall in there. Oops. It's okay, we just get that out. So we're gonna whisk in some 2 tablespoons, or maybe 1 tablespoon, because this looks like a little less. Let me see how much is in there. It's 1/4 cup. Oh, 1/2 cup. I would just say mix in like about 1 tablespoon. Hold up. Let me just add some more water, sorry. Because most of the water just evaporated, and that's not good. There you go. I want to make sure I make enough of this rice porridge part with the paste. So, under the bed lives what we fear the most. As years pass by, okay. Hi Sardo. Hope you're having a good day. Alright, let me mix this in. Gotta constantly stir it so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And we're gonna stir till the porridge is becomes thick enough. And once it becomes thicker, remove it from the heat quickly. And Man, I should have thought that like had a thought that we're supposed to like hold this down afterwards. I just don't have time for it. Okay, it's thickening, so see, this is what we want from the rice porridge. Usually, like if it's like if it's just water, then this rice porridge would look white already. But since I made my own like kind of vegetable stock, this is like what it looks like. I don't think I want to like put this in the blender because it's like really really hot. So let's go to the blender right now. I don't know why you guys talking about like stuff under the bed. I'm not trying to talk about this kind of stuff. I gotta talk about cooking here. Okay. Let's go to the blender area. First, let me get rid of this place. This is what this plug works. Alright. Burn the apples. Green onions, garlic, and ginger. I might need a little bit of water, but we'll just see what happens. I'm using my Ninja blender. This is like one of my favorite brands to use. It's Ninja. I think it might be a little bit loud, so warning, the blender might be super duper loud audio, so I'm gonna push this further away. I don't know if that's gonna help. I would put like gochujang in the blender, but I just raided my stain, so I'm just gonna pour it into the rest of the mixture later on. Down a little bit more. There's like a little bit of chunks, but that should be okay here. Alright, now we gotta pour and set aside in this little plate. Okay, now let's clean this up. I'm very sorry this is like super loud. Oh. Hot water. I'm gonna like clean your blender by blending some water and a little bit of soap. Is it clean? Okay. Alright, now we're gonna rinse these guys out. First, let me put this bottom part away. Put that out of the way. Make sure everything's all soft enough. All this stuff is done. I think I'm gonna get rid of this extra liquid. Don't want it too liquidy. Okay, I think that's good enough. So here's the kimchi paste mixture. I know it's not like a traditional style, but I use what I got. I don't remember like how this would taste if I had like an Asian pair. Okay, so let me see what's next in the ingredients. Yeah, I want to make sure I don't forget the soy sauce. That's a good substitution for like fish sauce if you're making it vegan style, of course. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the gochugaru, Korean hot pepper flakes. It's gonna be like 3/4 cups of the pepper flakes. I love the smell of it. I hope I have enough. Let's see, 1, 2. I should have poured the whole thing, but I just want to make sure it's the exact measurement. Well, no more of this. Goodbye. Gotta get more like gochugaru. I mean, gochugaru eventually. I thought I said it wrong. I thought I accidentally said the paste, but minute. Whew. Alright, let's mix this up. There's a lot of like, you know, hot pepper powder. It's like at least it'll absorb up all the extra moisture here. So it's like, gotta make sure it's well mixed here. I want the liquid absorbed from the powder. Just we'll pour in the rice porridge in a bit. Just hopefully it's cold enough. We'll give it like a few more minutes for the rice porridge to cool down. So let's just keep mixing this. Always gotta finish like be fully finished making the paste before you add in like these vegetables. For some reason, like when I say people making kimchi, like before they mix in with the cabbage, they mix in with other vegetables like green onions and like julienne carrots and julienne white radish, julienne icon, or Korean radish. I can never like get like Korean radish because there's like no Korean grocery store like close by, like really close by. I'll have to take the bus to like, you know, go to like H Mart in like other cities. Smell the spiciness. Kimchi can be like spicy or non-spicy depending on how much hot pepper powder, hot pepper flakes that you put in. I think 3/4 cup is like looks very spicy. So, you know, if you love spicy, go ahead and, you know, go for it. This feels like it's cold enough, so I'm gonna, it's because also the fact I didn't boil it that long. I boiled it enough for the rice porridge to thicken up. Oh wait, this is non-brown rice powder. This is just, you know, rice flour that's like, you know, mixed into the vegetable stock. I know this looks kind of weird, but don't worry, you won't see it weird again. That's a lot of paste. I'm not sure if this is like too much for the amount that I have, but oh well. If you think, like, if you believe that you made like too much, what I suggest you guys could do is, it's like, you know, save the rest of the kimchi paste for like other use to make like a green onion kimchi or radish kimchi or like cucumber kimchi. You guys could do that if you think like this is too much for the amount of napa cabbage that you have at home. So I'm gonna pour like a little by little for this and see if it's like enough. If I have any leftovers, I'll definitely save it and put it in a container for next time use. I'm assuming maybe the reason why it looks like a lot because I used a whole apple and I don't even know how much of a fruit that I should use for 5 pounds of like napa cabbage. Okay. Oh, forgot salt. You need a little bit of salt for the salty taste. About a tablespoon or a little less. Even though like you put in like soy sauce, well, I mean, I had less soy sauce, so I need to put extra. salt for the saltiness. Anyway, if you put like even if you put regular soy sauce, for some reason it doesn't taste like salty enough into the paste. So you gotta put like some salt, like about a tablespoon. So 1 tablespoon of soy sauce and then 1 tablespoon of salt. I always be having like less sodium soy sauce just to control the saltiness when I, use it on my food. Okay, just gotta take my time and then find out the perfect carrots. And if I had like diced one, I definitely would use it, but I don't have it because I used it all to make pickle radish. Alright, what am I getting? Oh yeah, carrots. Are these even washed already? Perishable, keep refrigerated. I'm gonna wash these again. What the hell? They got a recipe for a carrot cake smoothie? Let's read it. It says 2 cups of, shredded carrots, 1.5 cup of unsweetened oat milk, 1 banana peeled, sliced, and frozen, 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder. I don't even have vanilla protein powder. 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed. I don't have ground flaxseed. 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon and 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm curious like how the carrot cake smoothie even tastes. Look at that. I can't believe that's a suggestion of a recipe. So I think I'm gonna add in like 1 cup of carrots. I'll just like eyeball it. I just wanna like wash it first just in case. Better safe than sorry, even if it says like wash the vegetables. You don't know if those are full washed. Here we go. Alright, so I don't know if this is like enough green onion, but if it doesn't look like it's enough in my eyes, I will cut some more. Maybe 1 cup of carrot looks kind of too much, but oh well. Let's just go with it. Adding like extra vegetables to the kimchi paste is optional, but if you just want to skip it and go with just a napa cabbage, you can do that too. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more green onions to this. Even the white part, so for the white part I'm gonna cut them into thin strips, like cylinder wise. Usually in the thick parts. Okay, let's get rid of the roots. Alright, so try not to cut yourself. The way how I cut could probably cringe, so you guys could just look away until I'm done cutting the green onions. These are cut into cylinders so you could get more flavor from the green onions while it's fermenting in with the rest of the kimchi here. After when you cut the white parts, you gotta separate the layers so you get the flavors to it. Flavor. I'm just gonna wipe the table just because it was a little bit wet. Oh my gosh, these green onions making me tear up a bit. Oh my god. There it goes. I'm gonna cry because these green onions. Okay, let's do it again. Mix it again. So it's like well combined and all the layers of the green onions like sticks to each other. Oh my god, I can't wait to get to my favorite part. Like when it comes to making kimchi, it's mixing everything. It smells spicy. It smells a little fruity to it, and like some garlic. Alright, set this aside. Now we're gonna get to the final part. Mix it. Okay, so see, like, you know, I just drained out the extra water and see how much liquid drained out. Let's get rid of that. Okay, looks like it's like drained enough. Doesn't have to be like, you know, supposed to be not supposed to be dry. It's just like soft and like a little flimsy. If I have gloves on, I definitely would just get into it and mixing it. But I can't do it with my bare hands and I don't have gloves. And can't do it with my bare hands and I don't have gloves. I know I repeated that, but I did that on purpose. So I think a good substitution would be a plastic bag. One of these plastic bags. Or a Ziploc bag, small Ziploc bag. I'm gonna pour a little bit at a time. Okay, now let's just wipe this off with the vegetable pieces. Yeah. I just don't want to leave any more kimchi paste behind. Alright, let's dig in, guys. Dig into it. So that's 1 spoonful for now. I don't want to do like 1 spoonful, pouring 1 spoonful at a time. Okay, try not to be so aggressive, especially like if you had thin like gloves or like thin plastic wrap. You don't want to like make a hole into it and then like the kimchi paste, all the spices will get onto your hand and then it'll be all smelly, like a spicy smell, and you probably might be able to stain your hands. See what I mean? Like this could stain like your hand like this if you use your bare hands. So let's add another spoonful. Okay, gotta hold onto, oops, I touched it. Gotta hold onto the plastic bag. Okay, we gotta flip them, because there are some that didn't get a chance to be covered in the kimchi paste. Okay, another spoonful, there we go. You guys, you know, enjoying like watching me, like, you know, rubbing like the paste to the pepper cabbage here. But I think like that large amount of apple that I had, I think I should have just used half of it. But oh well, you know, I got more kimchi paste there for next time use. I can save it for a long time. So I think that was like a 3 spoonful of it, but we'll just see if everything else got like mixed into it. Okay, so this would be a 4th spoonful here. Okay, a little bit more. That was like That was like kind of half. Okay. Oh, this smells good. You could like also give it a taste right after it's done. But then the taste would be better if you just let it ferment for like a few days or maybe like a week. I will give this about a week before I show you guys the results of my kimchi on the next cooking stream. See, it's not like super duper smelly like it's because I did not use fish sauce for this recipe. Look at this. You guys wanna, oops, not a good piece. I wanna show you like a better piece. Yeah, I don't care. There you go. You guys wanna take a bite? Open wide, guys. I'm gonna taste it myself. So the taste result from like right after like you're done, right after the like from fresh kimchi, like you know it tastes like some spiciness, but like you know the softness, the flimsiness. It just tastes more of the napa cabbage itself. So this is the reason why you say it's better if you just leave it out, leave it in like let it sit for a few days or like a week. Hey babe, you wanna come try it? Alright. My partner will try this. We'll try a piece. There you go.
So this is
Vegan kimchi.
vegan.
I can't believe I made a lot of paste.
Needs to sit a bit.
Huh?
A little bit bitter.
It needs to be sit
Or salty, at least.
or salty. I swear I added like more salt to it. Or will it taste salty like in the end?
I used to sit longer.
Yeah.
It was really salty.
Did I not wash it enough? Or it's just, you know, how it is?
Probably didn't wash it enough.
I swear I did. Or maybe I should have never put like salt into it, like for the paste.
Probably.
I thought it was okay because like, or not salty enough because I added like a less sodium soy sauce. Anyway, look how much paste I got left. I got a lot. What was I thinking of using a whole pear? I mean, not pear, whole apple. Alright, let's put these in the jar. You gotta make sure you leave some room on the top. You gotta make sure you push it down too. Or how about I just use a spoon and then. Let's just push it in a bit, so there'll be no more, you know, extra space on the bottom. But you do need like at least an inch on the top. So you gotta leave like at least this like an inch on the top, like from the jar, because like it's gonna like start bubbling up, and then like all the liquid and the kimchi would just start rising up a bit. So you need like at least an inch space to for your kimchi. I'm gonna like push it down a little bit more. Alright, now I gotta find the lid. So here it is. Hold on. Let me see if this is washed. Let me wash this up a bit just in case. Alright, seems like I got more than a jar, so I will find like another container for the rest of my kimchi here. So here's the result. So just let it sit for a bit, and then you'll be able to get more of the fermented and like the sourness of the kimchi. So it just depends on like what kind of ingredients that you put in it specifically, and how long you let it sit. So you let it sit like out in the fridge or inside. I'm just gonna let it sit out in the area for a warmer spot. I need a bigger container. Alright. I've got another container here. I'm gonna put the rest of my kimchi. Don't worry, I'll take a picture of it later on, like after the stream's over. Oh yeah, I gotta make sure I don't forget to put the rest of the paste in a different container too. Ah, frick, I forgot. Even though this is optional, but I gotta put in some sesame seeds. I gotta put in my sesame seeds. I wouldn't like consider call it pickled, more fermented, you could say. Like a lot of people, describe the kimchi as. It's not like sitting in like a sour or like in a vinegar mixture. Okay, I wish I never forgot the sesame seeds. I should have looked back at it. But oh well. What's done is done here. So you guys, I wish I could just deliver this kimchi to you guys. If it was possible. That would have been nice. Okay. Now I'm gonna find another container for the paste. Look at it, it's still a lot. Still freaking a lot. Let's look for another one. That would be too small. Get use that. Alright. This should be enough space here for next time use. Gonna spread it out evenly because I want to. here's the leftover vegan kimchi paste. Right here. Next time use, don't leave it in the fridge. Okay, this is the first time I'm ending my stream without like, digging into some, to like the dish. So the reason why I'm not eating it because like it needs to sit for a while, and I will tell you or show you guys the result of like in the next cooking stream. So I will see you guys Tuesday for gaming, and I hope I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye, take care, and have a good weekend, bros. Later, bros.